Wopida Tunkasina. We're old ladies now, so we get to sit down. Ihomi taki api yukiake yushke na pechi uspapi. Aldian peki yokshi cha unhipi ash kat takomli ye takoja unkita piki chukshini taki wana. We chakpe oyanka ekdawana tiata iayanta. De matuaki toka inajiwi hemi eksto. Washichi Tajiki Faith Spotadiwa. Want to greet you, although we're sad, we're also rejoicing that the star camps, I said we chakpe, Oyanke, the star camps are welcoming her home today. And today, beginning the other night, Takoja Tessa knows the great mystery now. She knows all those things that we knew before we came here. And obviously, Creator wipes our mind clear so we can relearn it better when we come. And so, as we learn from her passing, we wanted to honor the girls here. We have girls all across Turtle Island. We had 141 of them, Ishnati, Wana Opapi. Ishnati girls all across the country into Canada have gone through the coming of age ceremony. We now have 139 left, which is a lot. Ehanakji, our little sister, and Takoja Becca, Shnuzi was in a car accident and she passed on. She also has little ones. So with Tessa's passing, it's a great sadness, but a rejoicing that she's taking home Ehana Tue Waki Pop Chana Wanagi Makoche Ekda Kipi Chaje Yuhakta. Naku daku wo echu odake kota okna manikta he nina yushke onasto ya. In the old days, they would say when you pass through the spirit world, you should have your name so they can call you. In our language, they say when somebody dies, they say wanaki pampi. They've called them. So now in the spirit world, they're saying ishnana najimi, ishnana najimi, ishnana najimi. Ishnana Najimi, Haye. So they've called her for only the Creator knows. Creator knows things probably that we don't know yet. And she's being greeted by all the Kushis and the Unchis from the star camps. So they're celebrating. I remember, a lot of you remember Auntie Edith? When we lost one of our relatives, I hated to tell her, one of the last of the Deloria family, Uncle Philip Lane died and he was in his 90s, and Iomagshija, and I hated to go over and tell her that she'd be so sad he'd come see her every summer. And here I went over and I was racing up to tell her. Chanche already knew. I came into her little house over there and she said, Toja, Due Iaya, who went? And I said, oh, Toi, did somebody tell you? She said, Hia, Tatoto, Hiupi. She said, somebody knocked on the window as they were passing through last night. And then she said she had a dream that Wanagi Makoche Ekda, they're having this big dinner. She said, Tanka happy. They're having this big celebration. So she said, even though you didn't want to tell me, she said, I already knew. So they're having that celebration now, and she'll be taken care of, and the pain that she experienced, they'll be praying for the family. You might feel them around this 4 days. And so we ask the family to remain in a good way, because we have that old teaching, ayapi, that you form a habit during this 4 days. So you want to, while your precious one has sprinkled that stardust on you, you want to practice those things that you want to take, otherwise you're going to form bad habits. So you want to ayah good things. So those things that you wanted to do, you wanted to walk a mile, you wanted to quit smoking, you want to be a good relative, you want to learn how to make fry bread. Whatever you want to do, you can do that during that 4 days and it'll stay with you. So think of that as you go forward, because the other thing that you're doing, I always tell the young people that I work with, that I'm privileged to be with, when they take their own lives, as some have in their plan, that's the way it was going to be, that they really need you during those days of passing, because they got to find their way to the spirit world. And if you're worrying, they're going to be worrying about you. So that's why we burn their clothes, we send them with wasna. There's some buffalo wasna that we put with her. When they go through the Ishnati, they have the right to paint. Nowadays, people are painting themselves all kinds of ways and have forgotten that you gain the right to be able to wear paint because you've made what they call a wochunza. You know how to make commitments. Now we make commitments and we forget, oh, did I say that? So when you say it means something real strong. So the girls, we painted her to take to the spirit world. She's a wia washake, strong heart girl, brave heart girl. There came a time in Hanakji, the people were in disarray like we are now. And the people, nuni umpi, they were lost. And Ehanakji tesanwi iknuanakji woimaga oknahi, the white buffalo cap woman appeared. And when she appeared, there was a man that tried to bed her, that tried to see her in a way of having sex. And so we tell that story because tesanwi brought the chanupa. A woman brought the chanupa. When you cross the great star camp across the Milky Way, there's a kushi that's going to greet you. So it's woman, woman, woman. And it's not about power, it's just that they're co-creator. So we ask the men in the community to remember, if you have a daughter, you have to teach her those things because we live in dangerous camps now. We live in ways that when these girls go through that ceremony, we stay with them for 4 days. They're down at the Owanka Nasto and Jikagapi. They make an altar down there. And they commit to Inamaka and each other. And they're Okora Ichia. They're part of a society. We used to have societies that were our schools. Those societies, as Okora Ichia, taught you to be a good relative. But nowadays, we just go to public school. And so we forget that in order to teach that, you also have to be a good relative. You can't be not a good relative and be talking about like that. So these girls try their best. No matter what happens, they're all trying their best. So pray for the girls in our community. We know that we have murdered and missing women all across Turtle Island. And they're probably still finding their way, so say a prayer for them. That's an indication that we have to come out of denial and we can't say that our women are at risk, our life givers. So it's the role of the men to protect them, not to make multiple babies and not take care of them. So we tell these girls this, that this creator, they are co-creator. And so that's the oyakapi that we wanted to share with you. When those 7 sacred rites were brought, 2 of them are specifically for women. Sometimes you go to ceremonies and because of the colonization, a lot of the men will say, women don't do this, women don't do that. I think the script needs to change as men don't do this, men don't do that. And the women have the buffalo ceremony, which is actually the Ishnati. We model ourselves after the Ktek Chaka. The second one is the throwing the ball. And we do both of those down at Magaska, Oyanke. That altar down there belongs to the White Swan families and the ones before them that pray down there along the Mini Shoshe, along the Wakba. So these girls have been there. They've come. Many have sent their greetings all across. Some girls have come from other tribes, and their tribes have forgotten or they were colonized, or it was beaten out of them, that they didn't have their rites of passage. But all boys and girls should go through this because they learn how to be a wicha or a win. And so we do the best that we can, and this coming summer we'll be going into our 21st year. We have 141, and